The NDP promises to raise the minimum wage are about to make your groceries more expensive. The union that represents Safeway, Superstore, and Sobeys workers here in Alberta is promising to negotiate higher wages now for all of the members they represent because the minimum wage is going up. Now, this is called wage inflation. If the minimum wage artificially goes up, like if the government raises it for no good reason, instead of letting labor demand set the cost, other wages have to go up to keep pace. Someone who is already making $15 an hour will demand a raise now because $15 is the new minimum wage and they're not a minimum wage earner. So that's hard on businesses to absorb. But what about us, the consumer? Well, the cost of goods go up because employers are trying to offset the costs of labor. An increased cost to consumer goods actually create calls for more wage hikes, calls that governments like ours who just don't understand how business works will likely heed. I know this is a sort of boring economics lesson, but it's important because this all creates a vicious cycle, and it's about to happen here in Alberta. The minimum wage here will bump to $12.20 per hour in October 2017 and $15 per hour in October 2018. Now, United Food and Commercial Workers Union Local 401 promises to bargain for higher wages for its workers so that they aren't even close to the new minimum wage. And this will cause the employers, our local grocery stores, to hike the cost of milk, bread, and all the other things we need for our families every day. These are things struggling Albertans are already having a hard enough time buying. And the increased cost in food will also take a big chunk out of Alberta's struggling food banks. They're already stretched thin in the bad economy. Now, I remember when Gil McGowan, the head of the Alberta Federation of Labor, said that unions fighting for a raise to the minimum wage wasn't about any sort of clandestine fight for higher union wages. He said it was a fight for fairness. But these unions never do anything without something in it for them. And they sure spend a lot of money on the Fight for 15 campaign here in Alberta. Well, now we know what that was all about. Just days after the announced minimum wage hike, the union repping 30,000 grocery store workers in Alberta is saying the Fight for 15 was indeed about higher wages for them in the end. Doug O'Halloran, the president of United Food and Commercial Workers Union 401, says he plans to bargain for an increase to union wages by the same amount as the minimum wage increase. So we were lied to, and our government, with its close ties to unions, knew what it was doing all along. It was using a hike in the minimum wage to ensure higher wages for their union friends. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.